Good day, friends. Good day, humans. I command my spirit and invoke Ronamitron from Creation LIGHTSHIP to crash and collapse. The date of 11th of January 2018 or 11/01/11, and to remove all the cording that alien species and alien cronies living amongst the humanity were stealing the energies from the humans. So be it. Today's date is one of the most, let's say, influential dates they had before it has been crushed, to abduct as many humans, or whatever left of humans, with these bodies they are walking here on the planet, because we lost the touch with our own body. We gave our body for peanuts. We gave our bodies for fame. We gave our soul and our spirit energy to enjoy a couple of years rather than really find ways to enjoy our body for eternity. Title: How to remove 30,000 year pain from your body. So you tell me that you are only, whatever, living 40, 50, 60, 80 years in this lifetime, and that you care less what you've been doing before and how you're going to end up and where you're going to go after you die. This is the biggest scam that ever been pulled over a human eyes and human, let's say, mind that has been programmed. I'm talking brain mind that we build it around ourselves through the very many emotional stresses, emotional traumas. So we start kind of protecting ourselves by hurting ourselves, by dying earlier, by limiting our abilities, because we never pay attention what gift that we already have in our physical body. So, does our body has its own mind? What do you think? I say yes. I say it's absolutely true, and I can prove it. So, you're breathing, right? Your heart is ticking. You're salivating when you talk, when you think about some food. Do you consciously making saliva? Do you consciously making your heart tick and beat? Or you think, okay, I have to breathe, right? Absolutely not. Yet there is something, some energy and the process that it's actually doing all of this for us. And this is the mind of the body, which has been so abused, by never talked about, by never thought about what this body is actually made of. That is made of, yes, elements of the earth, but every single cell has its own memories. Every cell in your body has its own memories of all your existence from the day one. So if this existence wasn't so great as majority of people who are now residing in this planet was not so great, these memories are carrying a lot of pain. A lot of pains inside the body, even they are not fully recognized. It's not that you cut yourself so your surface of the skin is hurt, but there is some deep inside pain that it's causing you being in complete disarray. You are never smiley, you're never joyful for what you have. Many people are really spitting on their bodies all day long, especially when it's sick. And the body can only communicate through these, call it senses. So what other people do, or most of the people do, they dumb themselves down or neutralize their pains with medications, with fake surgeries. I mean, with the very real surgeries, but with very fake results. With drugs, with addictions, with alcohol. To the point that they separate their programmed mind in multiple layers or multiple fractions, compartments, where one is so traumatized that it actually stays in a let's say a box. And by this, let's say, event, when you get traumatized so badly, and it doesn't have to be this lifetime, they can just, in this lifetime, they can bring some trauma from a previous lives. You've been killed, drowned, let's say, you stop breathing, and the memory just before your physical body fully collapses and your spirit fully jumps out of your body. What's happened? This memory gets ingrained into your energetics. So you come next time, incarnate as a baby. You can be like, let's say, pure for this lifetime. Have the biggest amount of energy that you will ever have to the end of your life. Yet the memories of your previous existences, mostly sufferings, dyings, traumas, are suddenly, they're kind of dormant, sitting as a baby, and then as a teenager you become developing this remembrance, not fully aware where it's coming from. And this was done through the programming of our regular mind, where we get almost infused with abilities to do the harm to others and praising ourselves. Meaning that we, almost like as a parent, have to abuse our children, have to take all the freedoms away from them so they can remember how they've been slaves in a previous lives, how they've been burned on the stake in a previous lives, how they've been, let's say, flooded, like all cities were flooded with water. So this kind of remembrance comes into the physical body, and physical body starts, let's say, getting swollen, getting infected or infested with energies that are actually yours. So the outside factors, these alien, very sinister creatures, they can only do this to trigger us into our physical body or mind of the body to get remembrance. Point to all of this story is that we don't have to do this anymore. There are really a beautiful divine technology that Ron Amitron brought here on the planet in physical through creation LIGHTSHIP. So when you start considering, is it your health perfect? Even if it's absolutely perfect, are you satisfied with what you see in the morning? Do you finding judgments against your body? Do you finding, disgust with how others are looking? So you bring judgments no matter what, even if you maybe haven't been potty trained by your parents or by the schooling or by your, let's say, bosses and the slave masters. You're carrying these remembrances from previous lives, kept in the mind of the body, as in the form of the barcode, almost like a branding. They put a barcode onto your mind of the body, and when certain events transpire, or you hear certain events is going to happen, the Third World War will come, you go into a spasm. It can cause you tremendous pain, difficulties, physical discomforts. It can cause you death, physical death. So this is a very tough and high psychological technology, psychologically driven technology that has nothing to do with who we really are. Like we become programmable machines or programmable biotech machines who are reacting exactly as these creatures are intending for us. So when they throw in informations that meteor will come and it will crash into a sea and will make like 100 meters tsunami waves, and what they're trying to do, they're just poking every single one who hear this or see this into a spasm of being afraid, and they don't even know why. They're watching certain things, they hear certain things, and they go berserk. When you, let's say mentally, your mental programming goes like kind of start tilting, let's say, and you see these zombified creatures, they only go to the pre-programmed notions. They'll go to the doctor, they go to the surgeons, they go to the priest, because there's none of this pre-programmed that the Prime Creator could be here among us to give us a hand. So you're seeing thousands, millions of insignia of the programming. This is an insignia, what you see behind. But this one is the only insignia that I would pretty much use to tell you it's really worth communicating with. You don't communicate with the murals in the churches or with the priest, and through the priest with your Satan gods. No. This representing a true divine energy that when you really observe it a bit longer and allow yourself allow your pre-programmed mind to make a shortcuts and basically remove all this pre-programming of the fear, doom and gloom, and then there is a possibility of hope. There is a possibility of healing, almost instant healing. Well, depending on the level of one's pains, one's discomforts, one's, let's say, transgressions. It's simply done through the Ron and his physical vessel, body here on the planet. He's transmuting every single, let's say, painful experiences that we had from before. So it's not even suggestion. It's like when you realize common sense that you want to get rid of all of your 30,000 years of pains, 50,000, depending really when you have been captured here on this planet into the washing machine of recycling your soul on, and with every process of recycling, the pieces were just stolen, chopped off, sliced off, and restored in another, let's call it synthetic realms of another planet, of another dimension, let's call it. Maybe same called Earth, very similar attitude of people here, very similar approaches, but it's not real. Yet your peace of spirit is very real, and it is actually used to create this illusionary hologram. So if you dare, really if you dare, before you start hurting so much. Go to Creation Lightship and start really engaging with Ron Amitron. He really cannot wait to help every single one of us. He's here for only this reason. Yes, spent the last 12 years really disturbing alien clearings and removal of the thousands and thousands of alien species and subspecies and technological species who are posing here as humans, so we can start unveiling ourselves and start really seeing what true light is. True light doesn't judge. True light is here to be at your service, but you have to be very, very conscious to ask for your help, to ask for the help for you. So, blessings, whoever dares to go to Creation Lightship and stays there. This is the only place where you'll find all of your spiritual pieces that has been stolen from you from 30,000 years plus. So be it.